What if I told you that this particular sweetener actually made fun less fun or less enjoyable? So for those of you who are brand new to my channel, my name is Lucas. I'm the founder of Ergogenic Health, and my mission is to bring you the most cutting edge health information that you'll struggle to find on Google. So please do me a favor and like this video, hit subscribe down below, and if you have any questions or comments related to this particular topic, drop them down below as I'll do my best to respond to each and every single one. So ultimately, let's take a look at some potential dangers or one particular danger associated with stevia. But first of all, let's take a look at what is stevia. Well, stevia, as you can see in this table, you can sort of see the comparison compared to sucralose, which is another type of sweetener. We can see the sort of sweetness intensity compared to, regular table sugar. Sucralose scores 600 times more sweet than regular table sugar, whilst stevia is about 200 to 400 times sweeter than normal table sugar. Bear in mind, normal table sugar is called sucrose. Sucralose is not a regular table sugar. And also we can see that the FDA status in terms of stevia versus sucralose, stevia does have a GRAS status, which is generally regarded as safe. Unfortunately, sucralose is approved as a food additive, but you'll see many vicious studies outlining potential dangers of sucralose. So I'm actually not a fan of high dose sucralose, but ultimately in this video, we're focusing in on stevia. So let's learn a little bit about the plant itself. Stevia actually comes from the leaves of the Stevia rebaudiana, a South American plant in the chrysanthemum family. That's a mouthful. Stevia leaves are harvested, dried, steeped, and then purified through a process of filtering and centrifuging. The resulting stevia extract is 95% steviol glycosides, and these steviol glycosides are the sweet tasting part of the leaves. The focus here today is to look at how stevia can make fun less fun, or I guess another way of looking at it is it can make enjoyable activities potentially less enjoyable from a neurotransmitter perspective and also from a sort of psychoactive perspective. So we can see here that this study was titled Low-Dose Stevia Consumption Perturbs Gut Microbiota and the Mesolimbic Dopamine Reward System. Looking at low-dose stevia, how it influences the gut bacteria or the microbiome, which therefore affects the mesolimbic dopamine reward system. So that mesolimbic dopamine pathway is actually one of the reinforcing and strengthening pathways for rewarding stimuli. For example, a lot of addictive drugs actually promote dopamine release in this region of the brain. Coffee, cocaine, nicotine, a lot of these compounds actually strengthen dopamine release in this part of the brain. What they noted in this study was that this rebaudioside A altered the gut microbiota composition and reduced nucleus accumbens tyrosine hydroxylase and dopamine transporter mRNA levels compared to the control group. What we're seeing is that with stevia consumption, we're seeing a reduction in tyrosine hydroxylase in the nucleus accumbens, and that tyrosine hydroxylase is the enzyme that converts our tyrosine eventually into dopamine. So we're seeing a reduction there. And in fact, that's one of the mechanisms behind which many of the nootropics that I've spoken about, such as cordyceps, bromantane, and some other compounds actually target this particular pathway. So looking at stevia and its effects on metabolic health, what we've noted in studies is that stevia does not contribute to increased glucose and insulin levels. But one of the most important biological effects of stevia is the opening of calcium channels in the pancreatic beta cells, which is actually mediated by the active constituent steviol. This actually stimulates insulin secretion in response to glucose. Therefore, use of stevia for the management of type 2 diabetes is often recommended. In 2017, it was reported that the benefits of stevia for healthy individuals as a preventative mechanism against diabetes, insulin resistance, is especially useful for those who are on high-fat diets. And the third study looked at changes in blood glucose assessed following the consumption of stevia sweetened tea. Lack of significant changes in blood glucose levels. Current study was similar to that observed in another study conducted a few years previously, where they found that oral intake of 250 milligrams of stevioside 3 times a day for 1 year did not alter blood glucose levels in healthy individuals. I guess the takeaway of this video is to use stevia in moderation and consider using other sweeteners such as monk fruit, honey, maple syrup, coconut sugar, or molasses. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you like this video, please share it around, drop a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.